Hello, everyone. Here we are with another update to the AP exams. Hopefully, this alleviates some of your concerns about working through the exam, how it's going to function, and what exactly this all is going to look like. So, I'm going to walk you through the demo that was released by College Board. You can see in the URL bar the address for that demo, AP 2020 examdemo.collegeboard.org. So you can practice on your own or repeatedly come back to this video to see how the exam is going to function. So this will be the home page, right? You're going to receive your custom individualized link in either to your email that you registered with AP Classroom. So again, you want to double check that you have access to that info that you are receiving emails from College Board, or you'll be able to log into AP Classroom. AP Classroom, just Google AP Classroom College Board. I'll put a link in the description as well. And your information, your custom link will be there as well. Now, you're going to have the space to enter your 8-character AP ID. This is going to lock you into your specific responses. All right, this will be tied to the specific link. You can see here, enter your AP ID. For this exam demo, you can enter practice. For the real exam, your AP ID will be in the AP exam e-ticket, that's email ticket, that will email to you 2 days before each exam. So 2 days before 48 hours prior to your actual exam date. So that's not May 12th, but May 10th at 3 p.m. You should receive an email with your ticket information. They say we can put practice, but I'm going to also put practice for my demo here. And I'm going to hit continue. This would be your AP ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, what have you, whatever it is. And I'm taken to this new page. Now it's telling me to do all these things. This is likely the pop-up that'll be presented as well. My personal info, my ways to submit responses, the exam demo, submitting my response, blah, blah, blah. Let me get started. So I'm going to enter my first name, Lord Farquad. I was born January 1st, 1755. Yeah, that sounds right. My college board, I'm going to put castleprince@gmail.com. I'm going to confirm that email, castleprince@gmail.com, and I am testing from home. They don't have an option for a Castle Sphere, so I can't put that, but I want to put that I'm testing from home. There are other options, home, school, other, but we are testing, right, given the situation at home. Now here you have kind of a background on accessing, on College Board access, right to use, reproduce, publish my free response, you can say no, that's fine. It's not going to affect your scoring. You do have to click I agree. But you can also select no, and I'm going to select no, right? Just to show you that, right, it doesn't do anything. If I don't click agree, it's not going to let me continue, so I have to click agree regardless. But I can also say no, I don't grant these rights, and I continue. And they're going to give me these ways to submit a response. This is good to practice as far as reviewing the guidelines for responding. So here they're going to have the actual details. I'm going to try and work through these as quickly as possible. So for my submission guidelines, I can attach a text file. So I have to write my response in another application and then attach it here. So I have to download that. So if you have Microsoft Word that you're using, you have to save that Word document. And I need to include my AP ID and my initials at the top of the page. I can only attach one text file at a time. So all of my responses need to be in that one text file, whatever I'm using. I can also use Google Docs and then download that. And then I'll have to transfer that to this file here. The easiest way to do it is to copy paste. So I write or type my response in another application, and then I paste it into the submission box, which I'll show you in a sec. Again, I want to include my AP ID and my initials at the top of the page, and then I'll copy paste that into the box. You can't direct type, and I'll show you that in a sec. I can also attach a photo. Maybe I want to write my response by hand. Some of you have been doing that for your assignments and then sending me a photo of the work. That's fine in this case. But again, you want to include your AP ID, your initials, and a page number if you have multiple pages at the top of each page. And of course, you want to have your responses labeled. You want the picture clear. You can attach up to 5 photos in this case. Your responses may not be that long, but you have the option there. Now, how to use the demo to get ready. It's going to give you time to create a demo response. If you do have extra time, for those of you who have it, you know if you do. If you don't worry about it. They're going to provide you with that extra time here. Right now, initially, you're going to have the 25 minutes and 20 minutes, right? The 20 plus, 15 plus, etc. To answer your questions. If you have two, if you have one, you're going to have one long 50 minutes. Your course-specific teachers can tell you about that. Now they'll present me with the questions. I'll have whatever questions that I want to answer. This is where my display question, or my question will be displayed on exam day. This is question 1, and I'll have this time to submit my work. Now we're going to go through both of these just so you can see what it's like. So I'm going to go through attach response. You can see here that I have the ability to attach a text file, to attach photos. If I'm attaching the text file, this is something I have to download. Again, I want to include my AP ID, my initials at the top of the page. Now what I want to do is show you what this looks like. So I'm going to create a new blank document. Okay. And I'm going to say that this is my response. The value of friendship is incomparable to the value of puppies. Sure, why not? And that's going to be my response. All right, I'm going to title it with my ID. Right, I want to include my AP ID and my initials. So I use practice. So I'm going to type in my practice ID, practice, and AM for my initials. That's going to save it in my drive, but this isn't enough. Now I could do one of two things here. Right, I could either copy paste this response, or I could attach the file. I'm going to show you how to attach the file. It's a little more complicated, something you might do. So I'm going to go here to download. I'm going to download this Microsoft Word. And here I have my downloaded file. Now, I don't need to have Microsoft Word to access this file. All right, and then 2, I also forgot to add my AP ID here at the top of the page. Practice AM. Don't want to have that there. And so I'm going to download this again. And I'm going to put practice AM1 so I know that it's the different file, the one that actually has my ID in the name. And I'm going to again download as Microsoft Word. It's going to pop up in my downloads. Now I go back to my AP exam, and this is perfectly fine. I can have these 2 windows open. That's completely fine. And I'm going to see I can only attach one text file. So I want to make sure that all my response, I'm going to assume this is all of my response for that question. And I'm going to browse for my file here. Or I'm going to find my file. Now, because I got it from downloads, all I have to do is go to downloads, practice AM, and my file will attach. And there's my file. Right? And that's really the easiest way to go about it. Right? I don't need to have Microsoft Word to attach the file itself. I just need to go to my Google Docs, File, go to download. Download is Microsoft Word. It'll pop up in my download portion here. And then I'll be able to attach that as a file as I browse for a file. I'll show you how to do that again. Browse for a file here at the bottom. Practice AM, and my file is attached. And then I can submit that file. Now, that's one way to go about things. The other way, and probably the easier way, is to copy paste. Again, I want to make sure that I have my info, like my AP ID, my initials, my full response present. I'm going to come here. And the easiest way to do this is to click, and then you press Control A, and it highlights everything, and then Control C to copy. You can also go through the whole, like, kind of scrolling through here, but Control A is going to make sure that you get everything on the page. I'm going to go to paste response instead. I'm going to paste my response here. I just want to double check my formatting because it may not transfer completely. So if there's like paragraphs or indents and things like that, I don't think I can indent. No, I can't because it's a copy paste. So you can see here that I can only choose to paste. I can't actually type. So I'm trying to type here. Nothing's going to show up, but I can paste into the field. It's unclear why they're doing it this way, but that's what's been decided. That's what it looked like, what it looks like. So I again come back here, Control A, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste in this field. Again, I want to make sure my AP ID is included and my initials, and then I can submit this way. So I'm going to go ahead and click Submit. It's going to give me this option, Ready to Submit. Now, the thing to note here is that your time to submit, because your teachers are probably told you, oh, well, like I have told my students, you have the 20 minutes plus 5 minutes to submit. the 10 minutes plus 5 minutes to submit, right? And that's true. Or the 15 and 5, the 25, yeah. This timer includes that 5-minute upload time. So you're not going to get time to work where this clock reaches 0 and then an extra 5 minutes to submit. It's not going to work like that. Those 5 minutes to upload are included in this space. So they are recommending that once you hit that 5-minute mark, because you're going to have longer responses than the demo we have here, to start double checking your work to make sure that you can copy paste, attach whatever you're going to do. Again, hopefully you can practice this copy pasting, right? Finding your documents and your files, and then just adding the files here. Because once you've typed out your response, right, again, Control A, Control C, and then Control V, 3 easy steps, and you can copy paste your entire response. And that's really what you want to be able to do quickly. That way you don't have to worry about upload times and things like that. I'm going to submit. And here I have my question 2. It's going to automatically start at 12:12, so you see I have some time in between. And again, that response is included. Now, it's going to give me this page here on the demo. I'm not sure if it's going to give you this on the actual AP exam, but you can review the ways to attach files. So attaching the text file, which we did. The photo we didn't run through, but it's going to work the same way as attaching a text file. This is going to take more steps, right? So you're going to have to download the photo, send it to your email, and you want to save the photo or attach the photo with your AP ID, your initials. You want to find a way to attach the photo that makes it as easy as possible to identify yourself. All right, so you don't want the photos too small. You want to make sure that you're in a vertical orientation, so hot dog style, not landscape, not hamburger style with your paper, right? You want to have it long ways with your response, everything visible and clear. And for each question, you want to try and use separate pieces of paper so that you have clear responses that are there, right? So you don't want to include question 1 and 2 responses on the same paper. You're using question 1 for one piece of paper, question 2 responses on another piece of paper. And they're going to support any basic file sizes. You shouldn't have anything that's going to reach the 25 megabyte range. Your phone camera usually is not going to have photos of that high quality, right? So you just want to keep that in mind. Now it's recommended here that you're using white paper, lined or unlined, it doesn't matter, but you're thinking like printer paper or the notebook paper you're usually used to. You want to use a pencil or pen. I'm going to recommend a pen. It's going to be a lot easier to see and read with the photos. As you can see here, these students, except for this one, are using pen. Here's a pencil, and you can already see here it's kind of light to read, and depending on your lighting conditions, it may be difficult for readers to see your responses. Pen, for the most part, is going to be much easier, again, depending on how you're structuring your response. If you're used to writing very small, you want to make sure that you can see each response clearly. But again, pen is probably your best bet. Black pen is probably your best bet for visibility's sake. The copy paste we also went through, right? Typing in a separate document, we use Google Docs to do that. Now here it's automatically taking me to question 2, and it's going to give you these pop-ups telling you that question 2 has begun. You have to keep in mind that the timer is already starting. All right, so you want to come here again to your question 2, and you're going to run through the same sort of process in regard to copy pasting, attaching a response. You're doing the same sorts of things. Right, so if you're doing, again here, we have a way to review the submission guidelines, attaching a text file, copy and pasting. Again, copy and pasting, as long as you can do it efficiently. Again, I come back to my response, click anywhere in the document. So even if I come here, I want to click here. Let's say I have another response here on happiness and puppies. Happiness and number of puppies owned are positively correlated with one another. For the most part, right? And the more puppies you have, the more happiness you have, so on and so forth. And maybe this is part of this new question, right? I'm not going to get rid of this. I don't need it anymore. I already attached that question. Again, I want to make sure I have my AP info at the top, practice AM, my AP ID and my initials. This is my practice ID. And again, I can click anywhere in the response. So even if I'm down here, I have another response, I can still hit Control A, still hit Control C, come back to submit my response. Again, I'm coming here to paste response in this case. and my response is going to be present. See, and here it even pops up my other response that was more spaced out. Now this is how the AP exams are going to function. Again, whether this functions as well as it is here is up for debate, and we won't really know exactly how things are going to run until we hit the AP exam date, because then you actually go through these steps. But hopefully you can come back to this video, you can review these steps and processes so you become familiar with the way to submit responses in particular, because that's what's probably going to trip most people up, is submitting the response to begin with. So as long as you can practice whatever way you're going to submit responses, whether you're attaching a text file, right, using Google Docs, probably the easiest way to do this, type in your response, go to File, Download, Microsoft Word, and then pulling that from your Downloads folder. Or copy pasting the response, which is much easier, much quicker if you can get those controls, Control A, Control C, Control V, back into the text box. Or attaching a photo if you're having to do things by phone or by tablet, where you write out your response by hand and then attach the photos instead. Now, attaching those photos, you're going to have to go through other processes like sending or sharing those photos. But again, your best bets are going to be copy pasting or attaching a text file, and the copy paste you're going to be able to do whether you're on a phone or whether you're on a computer or laptop. So that's our AP exam. We're going to go ahead and just copy paste our response so we can finish out the field. We're going to submit. It's going to give me a clarification point saying that if I submit, I will not be able to return to the question. That's fine. I'm going to hit submit. And that's it. That's the end of my demo. And I can come back and practice this as much as possible, as many times as I want to, as I need to. All right. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and it gives you a better sense of how the AP exam is going to function on exam day. Again, reach out to your specific course teachers for any questions, comments, or concerns. And hopefully we can get through this in as easy a way as possible. Here's hoping you're happy, healthy, and safe. And thanks for watching.